So what exactly does Andrei Platonov's The Foundation Pit teach us about collectivization and the utopian vision that Stalin had for the peasants of the Soviet Union, which the revolution misleadingly pretended that they represented? Maybe it is just something in our collective psyche that draws us to a tribe, to a belief in something that will be so completely perfect that it will create the social ideal conditions for living. We deeply want to have a reprieve from hardship and misery. What this implies is that something needs to be changed. Hegemony needs to be overthrown. Powers and structures need to be dismantled. Worlds need to be destroyed and made new again. This is exactly what communism was advocating for: dramatic shifts in the pre-existing social order, because something about the human condition was considered not at all adequate or good enough. The human being therefore had to renounce something about their existing self in order to take on a whole new collected self in a constructed world, what Huxley might call a brave new world. The work of writers like Zamatyan, who wrote We, Platanov, who wrote The Foundation Pit, and of course Shev and Gur and Happy Moscow, what they were implying is that Bolshevism is creating not utopia, but of course profound dystopian worlds where fundamentally people's mentations, actions and thoughts were being controlled and altered and of course halted. That's called thought stopping, and that is a major part of the infrastructure of how one goes about controlling the minds of others. The main character in Platonov's Foundation Pit, Voshev, worked in a machine factory. He was given a dismissal note for engaging in, to quote, thoughtfulness amid the general tempo of nature, end quote. And as you might already know, we can't have people thinking if we want to be able to engage them in fairy tales that they have to believe with all of their gullibility intact. Now Valshev shall work in the Foundation Pit and realise the goals of collectivization in the Stalinist gulags. His thinking will stop getting in the way. Voshev becomes the eyes, the ears, the witness for us of this newly renovated world that a revolution is creating. The Foundation Pit is wonderful sarcasm. The great structure of socialism that the peasants were making was a mass of graves, their own graves. A US president would later refer to communism as an insidious disease. I would like to think that any time we think we are building heaven, we really are building a hell on earth.